What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to Kingpin Chronicles. I'm your host, DP, and the purpose of the Kingpin Chronicles is once again, we're not here to glorify anything that we've been through, we've done, or that others that may be featured on this podcast have done. But what we are doing is we are sharing our stories, right? So that somebody out there will hear our story, hopefully, and understand that the next step they might be thinking to or about to take in the streets might be their last step, man. And there's all kind of different outcomes, but none of them are positive, right? The only positive outcome we got from street life is to walk away, man. Pack it up and hit it, right? Not only am I going to be promoting the message that the streets over, man. It's dead out there, man. It ain't worth it, man. These people getting away time, man. It done exposed the undercover secret of the streets that it ain't no loyalty in the streets, man. And it just ain't the place for us to be, man. So along with us telling our stories and sharing the consequences that we went through, prison stories, and just losses, tragedies, all kind of stuff we've been through. We're gonna be bringing forth ways for people to change, right? I can remember it's a song that's so deep. It's a song with Rick Ross and Andre 3000 on it. The song called "When 16 Ain't Enough," right? Y'all go listen to that song and listen to Andre verse, man. Andre get to a point in that thing where he say something like telling people that selling is a sin, especially if you ain't giving them other ways to win, right? So, he cut it up right there, right? What Dre said, man, is y'all could talk all this nonsense about uh, what it ain't and what the consequences is out there, but if you ain't offering nothing, right, or a way for these people to find their way out of that way of life, right, or move into a way of life and live the true life that they was put here to live, man, then just get out the way, man, because they really don't want to hear it, man, because you going up against the glitter and glamour of what society and the media is putting out to make these kids think, and these young guys, and man, it's sad because there's even some older guys, man, but it's making them think that's what it's all about, right? So we're not gonna be glorifying nothing, man. We ain't, and we ain't into the flashy stuff, man. I ain't, I'm a ball cap and a black tee type of dude. I always was that type of dude. For a small period, I got jazzy, and I get jazzy when it's time to get jazzy. But for the most part, I'm gonna be representing me. You see, as I got on my PFS Tax Pros, that's my tax preparation company. So I'm gonna rock my name. You know what I'm saying? And representing me and promote me, right? And that's one of the things I'm gonna be teaching people how to do. The people that want to got ideas on businesses and stuff like that, and just a bunch of different things. I'm willing to work with people and walk them through the steps that it takes, right, to build a business, right, market that business so you can scale and grow that business, right, and then eventually get to where that business is making enough money to sustain you, the lifestyle you want, and you being able to support your family and loved ones, right? Um, so today, like I said, we're gonna share stories of past things that we've been through, that I've been through, and I'm gonna be bringing guests on, and we're gonna chop it up about some of the stuff that we either went through together, or that's a part of their personal story that they're willing to share, in hopes that it could make somebody make that choice, like Trey and Boys in the Hood, man. Let me out the car, though. Let me out, though. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't get that at the time, but it's that time where a lot of y'all got to just start saying, man, let me out the car though, because some of this stuff that we going through out here, man, is uncalled for. It's senseless and it's just ridiculous. Like a couple of days, maybe a week ago or so, man, the dude, the little rap dude, getting uh, took out of here with his baby, man. That's come on, man. You're going too far, man. Like the shot us bad, but boy, you're going too far, man. Man, that's just too much, man. It's crazy, man. It's reckless, man, and it's because we live in a time where most of the people are just misguided. We see it in every aspect of our lives: financial, politics, social life, just everything. People are misguided and they are letting the media guide them right on what is right, what is uh, beauty, what is cool, what is, you know what I'm saying? And it's just getting out of hand. And I think that there need to be more platforms like what I'm doing, and I'm quite sure there are, but that are aimed towards dispelling the myths in the media, right, about the flashy life and the just making everything look glamorous about living the street life. It's so bad to where you got actors and all of the influential people, um, basically portraying themselves in a way to where that is misguiding people and making people think that those are the things that we should be um, focusing on and striving to get in life: cars and clothes and jewelry and all of the stuff that don't count for nothing. And 9 times out of 10, once you buy it, it's automatically a loss because you'll never get the money that you put in it back out of it when you go broke and you try to sell it or it come time to sell it. Because if you're in the streets, them times are gonna come. Trust me, I've been there and done it. But today, let me see if I can pull this up. We are going to share. Uh, Let me get it. There we go. Y'all seen it. I shared this on social media and kind of did like a little teaser to it, but we're gonna get into a story of mine, personal story of mine. Let me get this right. I ain't looking crazy. It's hard to record yourself and be looking at yourself, but I'm getting a little more comfortable with it. I'm gonna have to if I plan on doing this. But we on, so let's go. Um, but I'm gonna tell y'all a story about this was in 2007, I believe, and it was a period in my life where I was 1,000 miles in the streets, man. I was wide open, man. And, I happened to be one of my friends, right? We had grew up together, and we was mingling with each other in the streets, and we had caught some charges at the same time. So we was going through the court process at the same time, and we would always bump into each other at court, and it was, we was doing our thing in the street, but we would always have the same court date. And this went on for years, but this particular time, we was going to court. I believe we had the same lawyer. Yeah, we had the same lawyer, and at this particular time, I had a driver on suspended license charge, and I think I got like the ankle bracelet, like house arrest, and he had got sentenced to prison time, like 4 years in prison. And I remember us walking out of the courtroom after he had got sentenced. He got a furlough, and I had to go get signed up for this. And I could remember him, I could remember seeing like the pain in his eyes, and he was like, "Man, I got to go back up here and get this over with again." He already was like a 3 or 4 time loser. And, when I say 3 or 4 time loser, I mean he had been to prison 3 or 4 times prior to this time. So he was like he tired of it. But he had his little thing going. So we would get with each other later on just in doing our things, and he was trying to gather himself and put everything in position. But what he didn't want to do was he didn't want to lose the clientele that he had built up on his phone, basically, right? So me and him got together and he worked it out to where that he would leave his phone with his girl and I would just keep his girl straight with, with what they was doing. So we made that happen and this was going on for a little while, right? I did what I told my dog I would do, you know what I'm saying? That way I knew he'd be straight. And she did what she was supposed to be doing. So this went on for a good little while. I'm not quite sure on how long, but before this happened. But what happened was we were doing that, and time went on, and she started to pop up with this other dude, right, in the car with her. So I, when she popped up with him the first time, I had this paint shop that I was hanging at the time. I was on ankle bracelet, so this is why I was working. So I was posted up there, and she pulled up, and she got a little dude in the car with her. So I don't know the little dude. So I tell her off top like, ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know who that is you got with you, but yeah, our shit wasn't broke. So we don't need to fix it, and we don't need no help doing what we need to do. Don't bring nobody when you come to see me. And there wasn't no disrespect towards him, but that's the way it go. Just you can't be doing what we was doing and then pop up with somebody out of the blue, especially somebody that I don't know, right? So I wouldn't deal with her when she had this dude around her. So I believe this is only me assuming what happened, but I believe that he felt some kind of way about it, right? So time went on and she started to deal with me less and less and less and less. But she still would deal with me because like she would go to other people and they just wouldn't have what her clients was looking for. So she pretty much needed what I had, right? So um she started back coming through. So at this particular time, like I told you, I was on the ankle bracelet, right? So I had to be in the house at a certain time. So I think I had to be in the house at like 7, something like that. But I had to be in the house at a certain time. So this particular day, I was at home and my plug pulled up on me this particular same day, right? So boom, I handle that with my plug and we do our thing. So now I'm strapped. I got a whole bomb, right? Boom. I'm sitting there. I'm watching TV, waiting for my kids and everybody to go to bed, right? So now the way our house was, we was living in a duplex at the time. So it was like an apartment, 2-bedroom apartment. We had 2 little kids. My kids was like 6 and maybe 4, right? So they shared a room at the time. And the make out of this apartment was it had a garage attached to it. So you could come through the door. It had a garage door, then it had like a door that you could come through. You could come through this door and come through the garage and come into the house. But the room that led into the house came into the first room, which was the kids' room, right? So which was a weird way for this thing to be set up, but that's how it was. It was a kid's room, and then you would come in, then it would be the dining room, then the kitchen, then the living room over here, a bathroom over here, and then the bedroom, our bedroom. So this night, I don't know what it was, but I told my kids to go. I know what it was. I told my kids to go and sleep in the bed with their mom because I was going to get to work, right? I hadn't got that bomb. I had to get to work, right? I was going to be working all night, so um, I sent them in the room. So I'm sitting there playing online poker. I used to play online poker a lot back then, right? So I'm sitting there playing online poker. Now, mind you, this I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give y'all this too. I at the time lived right across the street from the police shooting range, right? The St. Pete Police Department shooting range where most of the officers go and shoot, but it's the shooting range. And then it's a park with like baseball fields and all of that. It's called Woodlawn Park, I believe, right? And the police would have, or law enforcement would have softball tournaments out here where all of the different local branches of law enforcement would play softball against each other, right? And this would be almost every night, right? I don't know if it still go on out there, but this was like this was their spot to just play baseball, right? So or softball. So I'm sitting there. It's about maybe it was about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. The sun had just went down. It was just beginning to get dark at night. I'm sitting there playing poker. I sent my kids in the room with their mom to lay down and go to sleep with her. I'm sitting there in the living room. The living room lit up because I'm sitting there and I'm playing, I'm sitting there smoking weed, playing the game, and whatever I was doing, waiting for them to go to sleep. So I get carried away playing the game, poker, and it might have been maybe around 9:30, but I'm sitting there and I hear my garage door, not the garage door that come up where you pull the car in, but like the door. I hear it slam, and when that door would close, it would like shake the kitchen window. The kitchen window was on the wall, like next to it. It was shaking. I don't know whether the frame of the window was loose or whatever, but it would like bang. It would shake. So I hear that. So I'm like, somebody came in this garage door. So I I get up and go to the kitchen because, like I said, I could look out that window and I could see that door. So I look out the window, ain't no cars out there but my cars, and the door closed, and it ain't all beat up and jump, but it wasn't no hard door to get in. You could have your ID and get into the door. So, boom. I know I heard this door, but sometimes it was a duplex. The neighbor's setup is the same. If they door closed, it would do the same thing. But for some reason, I just knew this was my garage door had open. So I go and I get my fire, right? I get my fire and I go into my kids' room because, like I said, it's a door right there, and this door lead into the garage. So I go to the door and I listen at the door. I don't hear nothing at first. I don't hear nobody moving or nothing. But then I start to hear what sounded like the door cracking. So I was like, I just paused for a second and waited till I heard it again. And when I heard it again, I guess y'all can read the title. I'm gonna get that up from up though. Give me 1 second. I gotta go through all this. When I get used to working all of this, I'll be quicker with doing it. But so I I let off. I think it was 10 shots. Boom, 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 boom. So now I hear screaming and like chaos in the garage because I got a bunch of stuff in the garage. So now they trying to get up out of there, right? And somebody hit because they screaming. Oh! So boom. So I don't mean to laugh at that, but just now that it's just the way I just did that was funny. But this ain't no funny matter. But so um, where was I at? Oh yeah, I let off 10 of them, right? Boom. So they falling and he's screaming and all that. So now what I do is I go back through the house because now I'm gonna go try to come around and come out the front door and catch him. So boom. I go back in as I'm going back through the house though. I go to the room and tell my girl, I'm like, somebody in the garage. You know what I'm saying? She like, oh my God. So now I go and I run out the front door. And when I run out the front door, a car fly out the alley. and fly past me. I recognize the car and who car it is. So I make a phone call and I let them know. I said, I saw you. I said, I saw you. They immediately go to telling me they sold that car today. I sold that car today. Da, 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 da. I said, okay, when I see you, we'll talk about it, right? Boom. I don't go in the garage because I know somebody had got hit, right? And they had been in there making a bunch of noise. So, boom. Now, like I tell you, the police, it's 200 police officers easy across the street, right? So I call my mom, tell my mom, listen, I need you to come get the kids. I just shot somebody in the garage at the house. I need you to come get the kids. I know the police will be here in a minute, and they might take me to jail because I'm on the ankle bracelet, right, for a felony driving on suspended license. So I my mom the police get there first. They get there first. They come in the house. They go in the garage first, and when they go in the garage, they done got away, right? They go in the garage and they do whatever they doing in the garage, and they questioning us in the house. I don't know who it was. I just know what I heard. I know what I did. I ain't see nobody. I don't know who it was, right? So I shot through the door. So I don't know once I shot through the door, I came back in and told my girl what had happened, and my girl had called the police at the same time too. So boom, they do this whole big investigation, all this. So my mom pull up. My mom boyfriend at the time was this dude by the name of Pokey, Buster Stevens, right? Old school dude. I wish Pokey was still around. God bless his soul, man. He resting with the ancestors, man. Poke, keep your eyes on me, man. Make sure I'm all good. But Poke and my mom pull up. So now, like I told you, I had just caught that day, right? So I tell Poker, I'm like, Poker, listen, I'm dirty. Like I'm real dirty. I think I might have had 5 keys in the house, right? And some weed. So I tell Poker, I'm like, Poker, I'm dirty. I'm like, they probably finna take me to jail. You know what I'm saying? But I need to get this shit out of the house in case they want to search the house. So he like, okay, bring it. So now I'm like, I got to figure out how to get it out the house. In the apartment, I have like this. You see that wall right there? Nah, ain't nothing in there. I don't know what that is. I ain't never opened that up. But it was similar to that. In the closet, I had I had cut the drywall, right? And I could pull it out. I had fixed it where I could pull it out, right? It was behind the clothes. I could pull it out. And when you pulled it out, you know how a wall is made, right? But it went all the way down and it dropped down like into a whole nother little. It's like the footer of the building was a certain kind of way where I could put it. Now the hole wasn't high up on the wall; it was low. But when I put it in there, you would have to put it down in like a hole. So I had everything in there, and I had a couple more whatchamacallits in the house too, in the same closet, but on the shelf. So I asked the police, I said, man, listen, I want to get my kids away from here because I don't really want them to know what happened. They already see the police. They don't really know what's going on. I'm going to pack them up a bag and let my mom and my dad get them away from here. The police told me, go ahead, do what you got to do. I go in the house. I go in the house. I wish Poker was here. My mama could vouch for this, but I go in the house and I get like we had like bag, duffel bag. I get the duffel bag. I get everything, put it in there. I'm trying to move so fast though. When I pull the thing off the wall, I get everything out of there, put in the duffel bag, put some clothes on top of it, my baby's clothes, some food and stuff like that. I just fill the bag up because it was gonna look stupid if it was. But I fill the bag up and make it look. Walk it right out, put it in the trunk, put the kids in the car, poke it, and my mama take off. Boom. So now I'm straight. I'm like, okay, I'm finna go to jail. I think I'm finna go to jail for real because, you know, convicted felon with a firearm. Not because I had shot the dude, but because of that. Um, so what happened, they tell me this. They say, well, we're not gonna arrest you because the detective, it was a black detective. I believe his name was Cruz, right? If I'm not correct, his exact words to me was, we ain't arresting you because you did the same thing I would have did, right? Boom. They search the house. They go in there and search the house. 'Cause I'm on probation. I'm on the ankle bracelet. So it's like probation, so they could search the house. They searched the house. I believe it was two more firearms they found in the house. They found my stash spot because I didn't put the cover back on it. And then I had a little bag of weed a little smoking bag in the little stash spot. They came and they got the three guns. I gave them the three guns. It was the gun that I used, and then it was two more. They took the three guns. They found a little weed in the cupboard hole, but they didn't take the weed. They told me to get rid of the weed. It just basically was like, they was like, we wasn't really supposed to search the house. We was just clearing it and all this and all that. Get rid of it. So I was like, man, I'm flesh it. So boom, they don't take me to jail. Um, that night go by. I don't even remember if me and my girl stayed up, if we leave or what. But I know the next day I went to the Hard Rock Casino and played poker all day, man, because I was just blowed that something like this could happen. And I knew who it was. So now I'm fighting with myself on like, okay, what do I do? Because I know one person got hit, but I know everybody else got away. So now I'm to the point where, okay, do I got a point to prove, right? Or what? Right. So that day, while I'm at the Hard Rock Casino, somebody break in the house again, right? Somebody break in the house again. But ain't nothing in there, man. They don't take nothing. They just flip the house thinking, I don't know what it was, but somebody broke in the house the very next day again. And I believe after that, I don't think we went back to that place no more. I think the next time I went back there, we was moving all our stuff, and we got up out of there. But eventually, you know, the police would call me down to. I think I had to come. I don't remember whether they had me come on 49th Street or down to the actual police station and try to get me to identify the four people that they had, right? One was the dude that got shot, and then it was the three people that he told was with him, right? And that's one of the morals to this story, man. Listen, he got caught, he got shot, right? They dumped him off at the hospital and hit it, right? When they patch him up, he tell on the other three people, right? So they go arrest the other three people. Now what they doing is they need me to identify them as being a part of this, right? So I get down there, they show me the pictures of everybody, tell me their names, because I only knew one of the people, right? And that was my homeboy chick. She hadn't got married to one of my homeboy little partners, right? And whatever was the cause of them wanting to pull that on me, they was being greedy and they wanted it all because I was looking out for her and I was doing her right. And I ain't never come at her in no kind of funny way or try, you know what I'm saying? I respected her and did what I told my homeboy I was gonna do for her, right? And she tried to pull this. So now at the police station, they put the line up out there. What I tell the police, man, I don't know who did it. I ain't see nobody. I shot through the door. I never saw nobody. You know what I'm saying? I never saw nobody. Now, what they done told the police is that I'm supplying the city with drugs and all of this and all of that. They went to telling everything they possibly could about me to the police. So now what this cause is for me to go up on the investigation for being a narcotics dealer, right? Because at the time they thought I was they thought I was a petty hustler, like I was a corner dude, you know what I'm saying, a buddy dude, but I was moving and shaking, and I just didn't deal with a lot of people, you know what I'm saying. I made it work with what I chose to make it work with, and it worked. But after that, right after I told the officers that I couldn't ID nobody because I ain't see nobody. I don't know who did it. I don't know why they did it. Right. The officer told me this. The officer said after we were done and we was leaving, the officer said, "Man, I'm glad." He said, "It's sad." He said, "But I'm glad that you didn't ID them because what they was trying to do was it was two things that had just happened. Now this was 2007. Y'all could look this up and cross-reference it or whatever you may. But it was 2007 when this happened. It was two things that had just changed in Florida law, right? One thing was they had just enacted a gang enhancement. So if you was found to be committing the crimes you was committing in the name of a gang, you could get an enhancement, right? And the officer had told me if you had ID'd them, right, they was gonna enhance them with that new gang enhancement, right? And get all of them 25 years, 25 to life sentences because it would became a PBL crime, right? And he said, but at the same time, you was gonna get indicted for being a felon in possession of that firearm because there would have been no way around it. The Fed were gonna pick the case up on them, and they would have picked the case up on you. So that was an instance and where I knew something that I had always used when dealing with the police trying to get information from me, right? And that was this. If you go in there telling on somebody else, before you tell on them, you got to confess. You got to confess because to know what they got going on, the police or law enforcement is going to make you a part of whatever conspiracy you think you're telling on. So, or whatever crime or whatever, they're going to use, excuse me, whatever you say against you, right? Whatever you say. So I always knew, right, that no matter what the circumstances was, right, we just don't do that, you know. And I ain't do it. And when I didn't do that, they released the other three people, right? Because all they had was the person that they had stone cold evidence. His DNA was all over my garage and driveway and everywhere. They dropped all of the guns that they had in the garage. They dropped their phones in the garage. It was some shoes in the garage. They was trying to get somewhere when they heard God letting that thunder off. You feel me? Letting that thunder off because by all means I'm gonna protect me and my babies. The second thing that had just came out, and y'all could look it up, I was one of the first Florida stand your ground cases, right? If I had, when I ran out the door, right? If I had fired one shot, I'd have been in trouble. As long as I was in my house, I had the right to do what I did, right? I had the right to do what I did, so they couldn't charge me with it. And it probably ain't I started getting letters in the mail from all kind of people that was advocating stand your ground, and just that's what let me know that those type of things get into the media and If you've been done wrong, people gonna support you. People gonna support. People came out everywhere, man, and I ignored a lot of it because I really wasn't looking for no donations or none of that. I just wanted to be left alone, man. But one thing I knew I was hot now. I knew I was hot now. I knew that they had told the police what they figured I was up to, so the police kind of was on me, right? But all good things, oh my bad, all bad, right, things don't have to end bad, right? From that, right, one thing I learned was to stop keeping that junk around my family. Man, you endanger the lives of more people than yourselves when you involved in the streets, right? Because of things like that. When the vultures come, they don't care because it would have been no little kids in that room. The first thing they would have done was grab them and use them to try to get what they wanted. And they might have did anything they had to do, right? So anything could have happened. I'm not glorifying the fact of what I did to protect my family and myself, but I am letting y'all know that, man, that's one of the dangers out there, man. You can lose your life from people just wanting what you got. They don't want to get out there and work for it. They don't want to get out there and hustle and grind and put in the same type of hours you did in the streets or whatever it is. No, they want to just come take it. And look at society. Look at what rap done turned into. That's all rap is now, ain't it? Well, first it was ran off on the plug twice. Well, now it's just drill music and goons and robbing and all of that, man. We got to start being the ones to let our youth know what it really is to be a man in this world, right? How we really should move in this world, right? But at the same time, we can't just run our mouths, right? We got to present something to them. We got to put something in front of them that's going to let them see, right, that there's another way to succeed in this world, right? And I'm here to let them know, right, that, man, I'm a bona fide hustler, right? I'm a hustler to the core. I used to tell people, man, I could sell sand to the beach. Man, you give it to me and I could sell it, right? So what I'm doing, right, and what I'm using this platform and my stories for is to let people know that it is people that's here looking to help them find a way out, right? So if you're looking to find a way out, I think that you should check out my digital hustle masterclass, right? And basically what I'm doing is I'm giving y'all the game, right? That I've sucked up from some of the masters in the game, and y'all see them all over the place. From Myron Golden, Stormy Wellington, Anetta Powell, Rabu, Gary, Craig Buchanan, Andre Crump, Ali Madawi, you name them, I could tell you that I have been under their tutelage and got the game, right? And I'm sharing it with y'all in a way to where that y'all can know that a hustler is a hustler, right? And when I say hustler, I don't mean you beating people out of their money. What I mean when I say hustler is I mean that my grind don't stop. I'm always doing something to better my situation, right? And put myself in the right situation, right? So now, what were the keys to that, right? And me being a hustler, right? I'm gonna tell you, I know that good product will sell itself. Streets taught us that, right? If you got the product that they want, right, they're gonna buy it. You don't got to go looking for them. They will come and find you, right? That's why we was able to hit blocks swinging. That's why we was able to do what we was doing because we had the product, right? So now I'm willing to teach y'all how to create products in the new world, right? And the new world is the online market. It's the online market, take it or leave it, right? If you want to strive in the economy of today, the easiest, right, and the cheapest way to get in the game is through digital products. And when I say digital products, I'm talking about ebooks, courses, um, cookbooks, trainings on if you're a welder and you want to teach people how to weld, you can create a masterclass on that, right? You can create ebooks, right? Tutorials for people, right? You could create planners, templates for different things. There's so many things that you can create in the digital world for next to free, right? And offer it to the world for a profit. And people are doing it and making a killing, right? I'm one, right? Last year alone, I was able to, outside of all my other businesses, just from digital products, right? I was able to make over $20,000, right? Without even, right, applying the full strategy. I did it part-time. Now I'm stepping into doing it full-time to where that I'm broadening my products, right? Where I'm offering more different things, right? Anything that you know you can turn into a product, right? I'm gonna share with some of y'all some of the things that I got trapped up in this brain. Everybody's picking on me about this big head, but it's because that big brain, right? And I'm able to store a lot of knowledge and just work things out in a different way. So, um, some of the things that I would do um, was I learned how to weld. I taught myself to weld. I had some friends and some mentors along the way that I got tips from, but to actually learn to weld, I had to start doing it, right? So I taught myself to weld, right? I learned to use CNC machines, right? And do metal fabrications, right? I learned how to take a car apart and put it all the way back together. I'm a mechanic. So many different things that I've done and I've done with success, right? Where I first started to see success in selling products was when I opened up an auto parts store, right? I learned to sell products, right? I became the number one product salesman in my area for O'Reilly's, right? O'Reilly's, I was doing mechanic work, but I outsold everybody in my area uh, using O'Reilly's first call as a distributor to the point to where that I got started getting discounts that was so crazy to where that I was able to beat all of the competitors in my area, even O'Reilly's prices, because I was dealing with their distributor, right? So I next moved into tax prep, right? I got into tax prep. I'm actually in my tax preparation business location right now, right? That's where I shoot from, right? This is gonna be my studio. I do taxes in another office. I got 4 offices in this building, so this is gonna be the studio. But I got into taxes, right? And anybody can do taxes, right? But you got to get clientele, right? So I had to learn how to market. And that's why I had to start to learn how to market using social media. Because social media came into effect. When I had my parts store in the auto body shop, social media was coming around and coming into being, but it wasn't what it's become today, right? If I had known then what I know now, oh man, y'all don't even know. But I started to learn how to market, right? Then next, I joined a investment group or whatever you want to call that, a social club, right? So when I got in that group, I had to learn how to talk to people, right? I had to learn how to talk to people and uh, convince them that this what I was doing was something that they should be able to do, right? I got into that and I moved away from that. But while in that field, I was able to bump into some brilliant people in the marketing industry. If you want to know about marketing, talk to some people that are in MLMs, right? They are marketing geniuses because they have to get thousands of people or hundreds of thousands of people, right, to follow them and what they're doing. So, that's where a lot of my marketing genius comes from, right? So I'm putting together, and I got a course where I'm sharing this because I can't tell you to get out the streets if I ain't got nothing to offer you, right? So I'm offering my digital products masterclass. So I'm gonna teach you how to create, right, market, and sell digital products for a living, right from your house, right from your living room, right where you're sitting right now, your car, wherever, but from anywhere, right? Most of my stuff I operate from my phone. There is no reason for anybody to be broke in the age of the cell phone, man, because it's ridiculous. Another thing that I'm offering is a gold trading platform that I created, right? I consider myself to be a master gold trader. Now, when I say I consider myself to be a master gold trader, I'm not saying I don't ever lose money. I'm not saying I'm a perfect trader. I'm saying that I understand the market, right? I understand risk management, right? And I understand how to place the things, the tools, and stuff that I need in position to make me accurate as a trader, right? Anybody tell you they perfect trader and don't lose trades, run. Trust me, they're gonna take your money or show you how to lose yours, right? But what I do have with my trading program is a couple ebooks, very very good ebooks, in my opinion. Where I let you pick my brain by reading these ebooks on all of the information that I've accumulated over years in trading, from stock options to crypto to where I wound up in the forex market trading gold. Right, I play a little bit with pairs every now and then, but they don't move enough for me, and I like to make me a little bit of money every day and get out. Some of the stuff you got to kind of hold positions a little too long for me to make the type of money that I'm looking to make, with the type of money I'm willing to risk. But and then I have a couple different tools that come with the master class, and then you get a training with trade signals and a whole bunch of stuff. Check it out. Go to kingpinchronicles.com and check out the product. Or if you check out my landing page website, some of the stuff we offer when you're going to get into my digital products, go to shop.kingpinchronicles.com, and that's where you can find a lot of my ebooks and trainings and stuff, where I'm giving away a lot of the knowledge that I have and that I accumulated dealing with a lot of the greats in these industries. I'm selling them for cheap, man. I can't just give them to y'all, man, but I am selling them dirt cheap, man. I mean, and I believe I'm going to give some kind of discount for people that come to the store from the podcast on YouTube or Spotify, either or. But if you follow the link from there, it's going to be a code that's going to be coming soon. I got to get it set up. But I give you 10% off on everything. Follow us on social media. All social medias, Kingpin Chronicles. I believe on Facebook it might be Florida Kingpin Chronicles. But once again, I'm DP, and I'm gonna leave y'all with that quote from Andre 3000, man. But I'm gonna put it in my words, man. If you out here telling people to get off the streets and leave the streets alone and the consequence of the streets, and you ain't offering nothing to replace it, you commit a bigger sin than the brother that's in the streets sinning. I'm gone, Big DP, Kingpin Chronicles. We out.